He's one of the dopest engineers in the game. The head engineer exclusively for Prodigy of Mobb Deep. 10 Prodigy of Mobb Deep albums. The Hegelian Dialectic. The Book of Revelation.
It's a pleasure, man. That body of work is crazy. I mean,
Joe the engineer. Now we do this shit, nigga.
333, that's a sign from the heavens. Just look up in the heavens, Joe that next room sparking. That next room sparking. That's a sign from the heavens, the heavens, the heavens. 333, Joe that next room sparking. That next room sparking. In the heavens, in the heavens, in the heavens. 333, that's a sign from the heavens. Just look up in the heavens, in the heavens. Where the fucking weed at?
Dopest engineers in the game. One of the dopest engineers in the game.
Yo, what the fuck is up? Y'all caught me in a rare motherfucking mood today. Machiavelli, what up? So if Carrie, Roger, and Nice pop in for Gray Matter today, they're gonna hear some funny fucking shit. I am hot. And when I get this way, I tend to say a lot of real funny fucking shit, yo. So, what up, everybody? It is Gray Matter. I guess the NFL season officially kicks off this week, considering the Hall of Fame game is on Thursday, but nobody gives a fuck about that game. We are in training camp, though. And that means the shit is right around the goddamn corner. Listen to the words I'm choosing to use today. I am hot right now, people. Maybe some of this green crack will make me feel better. Probably not. Yeah, the music industry is the devil's anus. It is the 7th level of Dante's Inferno. I've tried to tell everybody about this for a very long time. Nobody believes me until they're actually in this shit, that it is nothing but motherfucking snakes and devils every turn. I hate this shit. I always have. SXK. I don't know how to pronounce your name, but what up? Today is Gray Matter. I don't know. Roger Harper said he will be stopping by today. Carrie is probably working and Nice is doing nice things. So happy birthday to my motherfucking homie Nice. I'm not real sure if it was the 30th or the 31st, but I do know that it was his birthday recently. Yeah, they have now mandated the motherfucking vaccine in New York to get into any restaurants, bars, or anything like that. So, welcome to the mark of the beast and the dystopian future that we always predicted. I hope everybody gets what they fucking voted for. Don't get me started on this shit today. It's a sports show. You're gonna get me banned by YouTube. So anyway, welcome to Gray Matter. I know we talk about football on this show more than anything, but the Olympics are going on. So let's talk about the motherfucking Olympics real quick, if you want to. Actually, I don't want to talk about shit until my homies pop in, because shit got me super mad today, yo. What a fucking day. I'm gonna sit here, smoke this weed, see if I can calm the fuck down. I don't know where the rest of the Gray Matter crew is at. I do know that we will be attending the Jets versus Patriots. If they ever let us inside a stadium without vaccines and shit like that, then I guess we'll be out there. Yeah, I should pop in there live and tell Nice to get the fuck over here. I don't know where my goddamn phone is. Here it is. No, I'm gonna pop in there live right now and tell Nice what up. Yo, isn't the Locks and Dipset, isn't that sometime soon? Isn't that like tonight or something? Isn't that today? So anyway, I don't know what's up with the Gray Matter crew. What's up with you guys? Supposed to talk about sports, but the homies are not popping in tonight for some reason. I mean, we don't really do Mob Deep Tuesdays. Tuesdays is reserved for football because, believe it or not, football is an extremely huge part of my existence in life. I played my entire life, including in college. It's definitely as part of my culture. I grew up in the South, literally what you guys consider the South, literally in between Ohio and Western Pennsylvania. And if you are from America, then you understand that Ohio, Northern West Virginia, Western Pennsylvania corridor is literally the home of high school football in America. So it's just part of life. Football will always be part of me and what I do. Whoa! Y'all don't understand. My blood is fucking bubbling right now, yo. So, I don't know what's going on with these guys. I'm gonna listen to beats until they fucking pop in, because I don't feel like talking. I'm gonna start fucking going off, and I don't want to say something that I probably shouldn't say live on air just because I'm angry. My eyes tonight kind of match my headphones. Where's the last beat that I just fucking made with Billy Lines? What's on my mind? The motherfucking... this motherfucking music industry, yo. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna play this song. Well, if I played it in college, I must have been pretty fucking good. Considering I'm about 5'8" and 150 pounds, I must have been pretty damn good. I will tell you this. I might still be a little bit fast, but I was extremely fast. 2 out of the 4 years that I played college football, I was the fastest player on our team, which is pretty significant. And in high school, yeah, forget about it. Forget about it. Never caught from behind anywhere. But yeah, I'm fucking pissed off, so I'm gonna play this beat because it seems appropriate. Shout out to my motherfucking homie Billy Lines. What up?
Yo,
You ready to laugh?
what happened?
Oh no, you've known me for a very long time. You know when I get in one of those moods that I say a bunch of funny fucking shit.
Uh-huh.
And you know, you can tell by the look on my goddamn face, I'm in one of those goddamn moods today.
Okay.
Yeah.
What happened?
Well, we'll talk about it off air.
Okay.
It's some music
doubt.
industry nonsense, but yeah, homie, I'm hot. I'm hot, and Kerry's known me for at least 15 years at this goddamn point, it feels like. And he knows when Joe gets in this mood, a bunch of funny shit is going to get said in anger, but it's always funny. What up, homie?
All right. Yo, I just came out the dungeons.
I mean, you was at the shooting range?
I'm shooting my mouth off all these words, man. I'm narrating 4 books at the same time right now.
No fun. I've done 2 with you, and it's stupid. 2 at the
Yeah.
same time is stupid as fuck 4.
I know.
Is it 4
Never do it. Oh yeah, 4 different joints right now.
No, is it 4 different people? Like 4 different engineers? Or is it the same person fucking trying to shuffle in between files and shit?
Oh no, this is all me, son. This is all self-directed. This is all.
Oh, they got
me.
you doing that now?
All me.
Have fun.
Yeah. I don't envy anything any engineer, editor has to do ever.
Nope, it's not fun.
No,
Yo,
it is not.
So one of my old assistants hit me up the other day, and he's just like, yo, do you have any advice on doing audiobooks? Because I'm doing one for the first time. And I was just like, yeah, don't do them. Keep making rap music, homie. Don't do these shits.
Good luck.
Yeah,
You
that's
gotta-
it. I just...
You talk about you know, one of the things I preach is booth stamina. Like it's a real thing. Booth stamina. You don't have it, don't even attempt it. Like you just can't go in, drop a few bars, and you're done. Nah.
12-hour
You got-
days, people.
Yeah. You gotta spit 20,000 bars.
Well, I just told my homie, I was like, listen, just read along and correct everything on the fly so you don't have to go back and do it again. Save yourself, at least cut a third of the time off.
Absolutely.
You know,
Yeah.
it sucks to sit there and read it, but that free time on the end that you're not getting paid for those edits.
Correct.
Yeah, exactly. Kerry knows, man, we had knocked that shit out straight and not do any edits at all.
I'm right.
Yeah, they'd be like,
Damn
yo, you have 2 things to fix. We ain't fixing 2 things. Fuck you.
That
or
was good.
or
That's not a correction. That's good.
or my favorite is we'd go all the way to the office, watch Sports Center, order a bunch of food, and then not fix them anyway.
Straight up. Yeah. And the books were still dope anyway.
Yeah,
So
no-
everybody was loving them.
Not a single human being ever reached out and was just like, well, you know, on page 356, chapter 2, you're supposed to say if, and you skipped that word. No one ever says that. I don't fucking care.
And we were editing the books at the same time.
On the fly.
I had to edit the joint. I was like, what is this?
Oh, yeah, they were
That character doesn't say that. It's supposed to be that character.
Yeah,
so
yeah, me and
They tell me
Carrie,
nothing.
speaking of Olympics, me and Carrie used to do Olympic level fucking backflips and shit, gymnastics while it was being recorded just so we wouldn't have to do work later. The wolf is back here.
Aight.
He's back there, Machiavelli. So, yeah, I'm glad you popped in because I was just, I don't know how long I was going to keep the lid on much longer, yo.
Nah, no, I had to finish this other chat because I'm on a tight schedule, as you can imagine.
Yeah, of
so I mean,
course.
I'm doing 12 to 14 every day, 12 to 14 hours every day. So that's the only way it could be done.
Of course.
And I'm doing 40 straight recording days.
Woo.
40. Yeah. So yeah,
Where are you doing this at?
the crib.
Oh, you got it set up now? Good for you. You doing Pro Tools?
Hell no, I hate Pro Tools. I use Audacity.
He said, I
You know what I mean? You know how many times Pro Tools crashed on us over and over and over? I'm scarred. Pro Tools got me scarred, so nah. I use Audacity.
Well, I will tell you, Pro Tools was not made for that shit. It was not made to fucking do
Nah.
that.
Like I would maybe I'd rock with it. Maybe music. I don't know. I don't know what I would actually use Pro Tools for. To be honest with you.
Yo, it was hilarious when we would do a book like the Peter Tosh thing, where the book was the book was so long that Pro Tools couldn't even hold the session anymore, because it would only go up to like fucking 30 hours.
Yeah. So ridiculous.
So we're not going to be doing any team breakdowns anymore. Fuck all these whack ass teams. We got like 4 weeks until the season starts anyway.
Okay. So I was just saying, now we actually get into the good teams.
I mean, no, we'll. I don't want to sit there and just break down one individual team. We were basically
Okay.
doing that just to waste time until the
Yeah.
season started. Well, you know, we skipped a couple weeks. Everybody was busy. I had the fam here last week, shit like that. So we're going to end up coming up a little bit short. I was just like, yeah, fuck it. And then I was thinking, you know, we could break down divisions, but there's 6 divisions, and we got 4 weeks until the season. Actually, 3. If you really want to be technical about it. So, kickoff Thursday, Hall of Fame game.
Canton. Let's go.
Nobody gives a fuck except like the 80 through 110 roster spots, because those are the ones who actually play in the Hall of Fame game.
Especially now that they've cut the preseason down. Yeah, you better get busy game 1 and game 2. That's your only shot. Really, game 1, because you know the starters are probably going to play a little bit longer now in game 2. Definitely. How many preseason?
3.
You're doing right now? 3,
3.
right?
Yep.
So yeah, so starters game 2. It's going to be game 2 starters, and then game 3 it's just whatever's left.
All right, so
game 1 and game 3, you better get busy.
all right, so let's blast through the non-football related things, because there's a lot of shit going on right now.
Sure.
Especially considering all the things going on with the Olympics. We'll get to those. I just want to blaze through the NBA happenings right now, because a lot of shit just happened today. Free
agency.
Free agency opened up yesterday, so last night and today a lot of things happened. Carmelo going to LA makes sense.
Love it.
Go out there
Love
and go out there and just shoot, because they didn't have any outside shooters. Go shoot.
I love it for him. He gets to play with Bron like he wanted to. They always wanted to play together. It's great.
And he
Love it.
doesn't have to do a whole lot.
Nope.
Nothing.
Shoot the rock.
Shoot the
field,
rock,
baby.
Shoot the
That's
rock,
it.
and be a leader.
That's it.
You know,
That's it.
so Steph Curry staying with
And he'll get you a bucket, unlike Kyle Kuzma.
That's why I said they got somebody who will score when needed, and that's what they were lacking, is they didn't have like a sharpshooter. They didn't have like an assassin, because LeBron's not one.
Right. I mean, but he's clutch. He's still
He's clutch.
Yeah, but he's not. He didn't have a Mike Miller like he's used to having. You know what I'm saying?
Part of
Or
LeBron being clutch is him making the correct play, which might be a
Exactly.
pass to an open man. So
Exactly.
he's not a clutch shooter per se,
Right.
but he is a clutch player because he does make the
Right.
correct decisions. Sometimes these assholes miss.
Yep. Absolutely.
You know-
and not for nothing, he's put up some ridiculous shots in game-winning situations.
Oh, yeah.
To hit them. I remember against
Stupid.
Toronto, he was fading to the left and banked it.
Yeah, stupid.
Ridiculous.
Well, that game against the Pistons, his first playoff run where he scored like 40 straight points.
it was like 26. It was either 25 or 27 straight points. Yeah.
Yeah.
Against the best defensive team in the league.
Yeah,
Like an all-time defensive team.
he spent so much energy in that game that they got swept in the finals because he was
Yeah.
done. He was done.
I mean, he also was carrying guys like Boobie Gibson and Jamario Moon and Ira Newble. Come on.
Retarded. So the Warriors kept Steph. Four,
Well, obviously.
4 years, $215 million.
Get it.
Woo!
Listen, if I change the game, yeah. Yeah.
And
Okay.
and you're still Steph. You can shoot for your whole life. You'll be able to shoot your whole career until you're 50 if you want to play.
His father played until his I think his father played till he was 40.
Yeah, Dell
Yeah.
played forever because if you can hit outside shots, you always have a roster
If
spot.
you're a shooter, you always have a spot in this league.
So the Bulls are, let's see, what are they doing with DeRozan? A lot of big moves going on in the NBA right now.
It was interesting. It was interesting that they picked up DeRozan.
Yeah.
I thought maybe the Heat would try to get him, reconnect him with Kyle Lowry. I thought that might be good. I mean, but I guess they have enough like mid-range. Jimmy buckets mid-range. Bam mid-range.
Yeah, they got enough of that, but like it's DeRozan. He's a really good defender.
He is.
He's a team player,
Yes, he is.
and he can score if needed. So,
Yes, he can.
I mean, you also have to look at salary implications spread across your team.
But actually, when you really think about it, him going to Chicago actually not a bad move. I mean, he's a definite veteran presence. Yes, it is Levine's team, but he'll come in there with respect already.
100%.
Yeah.
So, as we talked about it, Damo wants to come to the Knicks.
Yes, he does.
Woo! That'll be fun.
Ooh, that would be hot.
That's one of my favorite players to watch. I don't like to watch a whole lot of NBA players these days, but that guy is incredible because when the clock is counting down, he's hitting the shot. It doesn't matter. 70 feet, it doesn't matter.
He's made us these last 3 years, especially these last two. He's made some of the most ridiculous shots I've ever seen.
Ever.
Ridiculous. Doesn't even make sense.
Nope.
Doesn't even make sense.
And it's crazy because he has this like little personal thing against Steph about who can shoot from farther.
Right. Well, no, because he saw how Steph changed the game, and then Steph is winning MVPs. Steph is winning chips, and it's in the Western Conference, and he's like, "Yo, I'm staying in this Western Conference," and also remember how many times he got snubbed as an All-Star.
All the time, just because that's what happens when you play for Portland.
Yeah, and I mean in a loaded West where you have Westbrook, he wasn't going to get in. He just wasn't going to get in.
Especially, All-Star fan voting plays a big role, so legacy All-Stars always happen once you've been in. It's like politics. People recognize a name and vote for it.
Sure,
Right? So
sure.
the other big move is, and I don't think this is a good one, is Russ going to the Lakers.
Yeah, I thought the Kyle Lowry would have been a better fit, but
Especially with Melo showing up.
I mean, you talk about someone who already plays tough defense, at which the coach is a defensive-minded coach. So, and not to say that Russ doesn't, but just LeBron needs shooters.
That's what I'm saying. So you already have a player who is better than any player I've ever seen in the history of the league at putting his head down, taking 2 giant long steps, and getting to the rim because he's so big. Now, Giannis
Well, I was about to say Giannis. I was about to say Giannis does that.
But Giannis is different because he's so athletic and long. He gets to the rim and finishes. LeBron's getting to the foul line.
Yeah.
He's going to physically go through there and take the contact to draw the foul. It's smart because he can. Well, that's what Russ.
And he'll normally get an and one too because he's that strong.
Yeah, well, that's what Russ already does. So now you got somebody who doesn't have really an outside jumper at all, who needs the ball in their hand moving forward to make a play.
Right.
So is LeBron going to change his role and step back to more of a point guard and just allow Russ to get the ball on the fly and take off, and then I don't know.
Well, no, because Russ is Mr. Triple Double now. So so Russ can't get a triple. You know what I'm saying? If that happens, so they have to figure.
It's going to be interesting. That's why I said I don't know.
And how they stagger the minutes, because when LeBron would sit, the Lakers most definitely struggled, especially with AD being hurt, as he is perennially hurt.
Constantly hurt. Well,
So
there
he is.
They have Roger Harper in the Maybach right now.
You know what I'm saying?
The Maybach 1994 F-150.
Hey, what
Classic.
I just got there doing the bike ride. My father's the president of a bicycle club called Major Taylor. If y'all know who he is, look him up, Major Taylor.
Okay.
So I'm tuned in now. What's going on, fellas?
We just talk about all the crazy shit going on in the NBA today and yesterday because free agency just had opened up and a lot of dynamic power shifts have just happened with Russell Westbrook going to the fucking Lakers. And me and Kerry were just discussing if Russell Westbrook and LeBron can coexist on the floor at the same time.
Well, I think LeBron's going to be the facilitator for sure. I don't see Westbrook, not a shooter, but, he can make it happen, but not with that team, my opinion.
Right. That's what we're saying.
Exactly.
So really, they're going to have to figure out how to stagger those minutes so that when LeBron gets some rest, which they've been trying to get LeBron to get rest forever, and he just doesn't rest. He just doesn't. Because when he does, the team falls apart. So so they need to figure out a way to stagger it so Russ can still get his numbers, still get his triple doubles up, and then in the fourth quarter, they'll play together and just like.
All right,
work off
so
each other.
here's one thing that you can look at. Russ he never stops. It is
Right.
at energy at all times, and he's an extremely effective rebounder for being a guard.
Oh yeah.
So now LeBron doesn't have to go inside and try to get rebounds as much. You got this guy who wants to do it and flies all over the place. There are benefits. LeBron can take a step back from having to shoulder so much of the load across the board.
He can, but will he though?
I don't know.
You know what I'm saying?
That's
when that's how you're set up and that's how you've been playing for 17 years now.
Yeah.
Well, how? How
Okay.
do you cut that off?
Them guys had to have a talk before he signed with him because Russell Westbrook, he plays the same role that LeBron plays on his team.
Yeah.
So Kerry, what if this move is more of to shoulder the regular season load
Sure.
of
I
what
can see
LeBron
that.
does, and then
I can
allow
see that.
LeBron to, because we've seen him for the last couple seasons kind of coast during the regular season, not play
Sure.
defense,
Sure.
not go up on fast breaks, not even attempt to go up the floor. He manages himself like Kawhi does, but he does it on the floor.
Right.
So now you can allow Russ to go back and right. Because honestly, I mean, what were the Lakers? What seed were they in the playoffs this year? They were in the back end of the playoffs, right? Because of all the injuries.
Yeah.
So
they were eight. They were the 8th seed.
that's why I saw it. They were the 8th fucking seed.
Or the 7th seed, because I think, Phoenix was the 2 seed, so they were the 7th seed. Yeah.
All right, so I think that maybe this is more of we need to kind of win the regular season a little bit more than we're doing. And Russ, you can let him do all that because he has an unlimited amount of energy. And if that's the play, I'm all for it because that makes sense.
Sure. Yeah. I think they'll work that out. It was necessary to get more shooters, so they definitely got that. I love Melo going to them. You still got that kid, Taylor Horton. I think this is going to be a season to really watch for him.
Yeah, but they did.
'cause he's good.
They did lose. What do they call him? Bald Mamba.
Oh yeah, Caruso. Yeah, they did.
He could play.
But-
He could play.
Yeah, but he can play. And but the thing about him was he was more defensive. He got the buckets that he got because he always ran the floor, and that's why LeBron rocked with him because he was always running with him.
Well, they just picked up somebody who never stops running the floor.
Right, exactly. And then I thought it was really smart that they brought Dwight Howard back. That was great because, you know, Dwight, he's been this last little stanza of his career. He's figured out how he can be most effective. He can still jump out the gym. I mean, you know, and he's still a massive human being. Yeah, rebound, block shots.
His shoulders still wouldn't fit in this screen.
Ridiculous, right? So, yeah, and then they got rid of Montrezl Harrell. Didn't really fit with that team. So yeah, I think they're getting back to the Dwight Howard fit a lot better.
All right, so next question about basketball: where's Kawhi end up going? Because he did not sign his extension with the Clippers, and playoff P is not going back either.
He's staying with the Clippers.
He's staying with the Clippers,
at least for this year, yeah. And then he's going to re-enter the free agency pool next year, and see what it's looking like. And even if it's not looking too great, then he could sign a massive deal. Like staying with the Clippers will give him the most amount of money. So if that's what he's about, then that's what will happen. If he's about winning, he'll just play this next season and then see how things will open up. Because he was also interested in New York. He was looking at New York, but then New York was like, we can't wait. We don't know what you don't talk to anybody. You know, and then when you do talk, you do that weird ass laugh you do. So we don't know what you really want to do, son. So we can't wait.
So imagine if Kawhi signed with the Warriors.
Oh my God, stop.
Because I could see him doing that. I could see him actually doing that, and
that would be crazy.
That wouldn't be fair. That wouldn't be fair. If Klay comes back too, that's not fair.
But as we've seen, Kawhi has been breaking down a lot more these past couple.
Yes, but if he goes to the Warriors, he doesn't necessarily have to be everything at all times at all. It's just like LeBron kind of managing his load by giving out some responsibilities.
He would be on defense, he wouldn't have to shoulder the load.
You got Draymond Green to help you on defense.
Absolutely.
You got Steph and Klay to shoot. You don't have to shoot. You could actually just be the mid-range guy and get to the fucking bucket.
And then shoot free throws all game long.
Which you're great at. So
yeah.
Oh,
the Warriors picked up. They picked up a big guy too, didn't they? Oh, okay. No. JaVale McGee went to Phoenix, which I thought that was a great move.
Yeah, I mean he's a great. Sean Bradley had and Manute Bol had the long careers. Why JaVale McGee's going to have a long career too? He's so long,
and he still runs the floor. I finally found out what that conversation between he and Chris Paul was at the end of when they were playing in the playoffs against Denver, I guess, and Phoenix had smacked him, and McGee got in the game with a couple minutes left in a blowout, but he was up and down the court. I think he ended up scoring 8 points, just hustling, getting rebounds, blocking shots. And so Chris Paul went up to him after the game, and he had a lot of respect. He was like, you knew you couldn't win, but you was still busting your ass up and down the court. I see you. And so because of that, during this free agency period, Chris Paul was like, we need JaVale McGee.
Well, Paul.
That's how you keep a job.
Yeah,
that's how you keep a job.
Chris Paul re-signs with Phoenix. It's a good pickup too because JaVale McGee never stops hustling.
No, he does not.
I know he's on Shaqtin' a Fool basically every episode, but the guy never stops hustling.
I would rather a guy make a mistake going 100 miles per hour than not make the play just chilling in the back.
Coaches love those type of players. You know that.
Yeah,
both of you guys know that.
Yeah,
you get all the time in the world. If you ain't working hard, the guy's trying the most.
Listen, that's how I came up in the ranks. I mean, there was cats ahead of me who've been playing ball years before I started playing, but I didn't want to embarrass myself out there. So even when I didn't know what I was doing, I did it at 100 miles an hour. And then I realized that was the key. And so then I kept that thing going until I got good.
I mean, Roger Harper, my freshman year in college, that's how I got on special teams. Because in practice, on every single field goal and every single extra point, I dove full extension and tried to block that motherfucker. And I blocked a lot of them in practice. It got me on the field. I played all special teams across the board as a freshman, which as a freshman, 150 pounds, what more can you ask?
Yeah.
Exactly.
A true freshman.
And when you go on 100 miles, when you're working like that, you make your opponent, you make your teammate better.
I remember after our first live scrimmage with referees and shit and all that. You know how you do in college because you don't have preseason games or things like that, so you just have live time. So I blocked 2 punts in our first live scrimmage.
Wow.
Our team reporter came down to me after the practice and said, "Yo, the coaching staff loves you because your heart is way bigger than your body." And I mean
What's up?
Did he also say the coaches said that kid has moxie?
First one in, last one out. Nah, yo,
That
homie.
says a lot about you, Joe. Shit, that says a lot about you, bro.
Yeah, nah, 100 miles an hour, man. I only know one way to go on the football field, and you go all out at all times. I did not care. I'm trying to block every single one in practice. I don't give a fuck. Football, for me, there was no reps at half speed. Ever.
Yeah.
You just always go at full speed at everything you possibly can, every drill, no matter what your status on the team is. Because if you're one of the leaders, then you're setting the tone. And if you're not, well, that's how you get on the fucking field.
Exactly.
Yep.
So let's move on let's get off of basketball. One quick thing of college football before we jump on to all the Olympic nonsense going on. So it's over for the Big 12, huh? It's a wrap.
Oh,
Yep.
yeah.
Those teams, that conference, they're not gonna have a chance. Those teams.
So Roger Harper, the same thing happened to the Big East. When Virginia Tech and Syracuse left, then it made Pitt want to leave, and then it was over from there. Then all right, so as a West Virginia native and a WVU fan, I will tell you, Coach K fucking hated WVU because they beat him in the Elite Eight before. Like, he hates, and it's like a known thing. So him and Donna Shalala, the AD at Miami, they ran the ACC. They were the chairs of the ACC. They wouldn't allow West Virginia to go into the ACC. That's how they ended up in the fucking Big 12. Coach K has always hated WVU. It's been a fucking thing. It's really weird. Well,
he gone now.
He gone now, so I can see WVU switching over to the ACC finally because they're not going to go to the SEC. It doesn't make sense. You should be in the ACC. Virginia Tech, Pitt is already over there.
Yeah.
Pitt's 40 minutes away. It's the backyard brawl for a reason. Syracuse is in there. WVU just should be in there. So I don't think that chick is down it. I don't think she works at Miami anymore either. So everybody who was...
Well, she should have been gone for all the nonsense that got pulled. You know what I'm talking about.
Yep. That's what I'm saying. I don't think she's down there anymore anyway. So, with Oklahoma and Texas, the two biggest, most notable teams in the Big 12, jump into the SEC. Look at the goddamn SEC now.
So now, check this out.
Is that just...
I don't know when is that. I mean, look at all the quarterbacks that go to Oklahoma because of Lincoln Riley. I mean, you got Spencer Rattler, who's going to be, obviously, he's going to be considered for the Heisman this year. If he has a decent season, he's going to be in Heisman talk all season. And then Texas, who always gets a running back, it's Texas.
It's Texas, dude. Come on.
Yeah, they always have athletes. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be beast. And think about this: the players now. You had the Pac 85 because everybody went from the Pac 10 to the Pac 85, but they were the first conference to say that they were going to start letting these players get this money, and so then the SEC said, we need to jump on board too, or else we're going to start losing these cats because they're going to go to the West Coast so they get this money. So the SEC said, no, don't worry, boys. You're going to get paid too. They're going to be the two conferences, and they're big money draws. So Conference USA ain't going to get the money, the same sort of money that
there's three conferences
SEC,
now.
Right.
Big Ten.
Right. Big Ten, SEC, and Pac.
That's
14,
it. So
12. I don't know.
All right. So this is multi-layered genius on Texas and Oklahoma's part. You join the best conference in college football by far. hands down. All right, better TV rights, better TV deals, more exposure. Even though Texas has its own channel and all that shit, you're now playing with the big boys for real, like the big boys, right? Here's what nobody's really thinking about. I just thought about this. All those players, and Kerry, you would know, you were down there in Texas. There's a bunch of players from Texas in the Oklahoma area who end up going to SEC teams because they wanted that SEC exposure. You don't have to do that anymore.
Now you're gonna stay, and now you're gonna see. Now you're gonna really see what Texas football is about.
Yeah, nobody's mentioned that yet, and I'm just like, yo, they're gonna have a lot of players stay home now.
And I've said this all the time about my alma mater, U of H, go Cougs. You know what it is. If we were in a better conference, and if all the players just stayed just in the Houston metro area, if they just stayed there, Houston would be in the top 10 every single year. Period. I said it. Come fight me, because I'm right.
All right, so you also have to think of the domino effect. So you think of players, because we all know there are a lot of players who want to stay close to home. All right, for many, many reasons. So you got players that west of Oklahoma and Texas who now can go to the SEC instead of the Pac-12. They can shoot over to Texas and Oklahoma. They just got infinitely better.
Oklahoma's defense is going to start looking way different, because that's always been their Achilles heel, their defense.
Well, see, now you
Their
also
defense is going to start looking different.
Texas too, because you're leaving the Big 12. You can't. This isn't let's put up 72 points every game.
Sure.
This is the SEC. You're now going to have to play offense against that LSU defense and that Alabama defense. Good luck. Good luck. But I'm all for it.
Shit, against Mississippi State. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Shit. You know what I mean?
I'm all for it, though. Good for them. And what it's going to end up doing, it's really going to concentrate power till eventually they're just going to have, they basically just formed an NFL minor league right there.
Yep.
So Ohio State basically needs to jump down there, and then maybe another team. Who else? USC's not even any good anymore. Who's traditionally a powerhouse, because it's just Ohio State. Michigan sucks now.
Yeah.
Penn State, possibly. That's about it.
Yeah.
If they join them, dude, it's over for everyone else. You've now created a super conference and then everyone else.
I mean, that's basically that's how it's been anyway. It's just not been said. Now that there's real money and that the players are getting it, now you're really going to see it for exactly what it is. So now everyone's seeing. Now everyone's woken up that the NCAA is nothing, is a waste of time, and nobody needs the NCAA. They never needed the NCAA.
So Kerry,
the only reason why it was formed is because way back in the day when college players were dying because they didn't have the equipment, and a former president's son who played at Yale almost died, and he threatened to kill college football. Then that's when they formed the NCAA to implement rules for player safety. And then it became a whole nother beast. So the NCAA no longer hasn't been needed for decades.
All right, so another domino that's falling on this one. The playoff is going to be expanded just because of these two moving in. Sure. Because you're literally you now have 8 of the 10 best teams in the country at all times in one conference. So you can't limit it to, there's maybe 2 or 3 teams from the SEC. They're better than everybody. Just put half of them in the tournament, make it 16 teams. It's basically what it is. So the playoff is now it will expand in a couple years. It has to. It's going to have to, because especially those teams are going to be pulling in so much goddamn money, man. So much money. So the SEC...
You already see the Alabama quarterback, what he's going to get in endorsements. They're talking about the kid who's going to be the next Ohio State quarterback. He's about to get paid. He skipped his whole senior season of high school so he could go to OSU, so he could start raking in the dough. So
there's a few players that have done that, but this is only going to last for so long until that bubble pops, because the first couple players that get $1 million in endorsements and that flame out in college and never make a team, people are going to start to hesitate.
Yeah. Sure.
Yep.
And then they're going to
We
implement.
talked about that. Yep.
Yeah, we already talked about that, so that's definitely going to happen.
It's going to shake itself out. It's going to self-correct, and then then they're going to have to realize they're going to have to come up with a real system.
Yeah, they will.
It's
just like
now. I mean, offensive linemen at some places, they get to eat for free at some restaurants. I mean, not everyone's gonna get the same perks and quirks. You know, what I'm
dude,
saying?
it's just like the weed game in New York. It's going to iron itself out because Roger Harper. I'm telling you, man, they got weed trucks on every goddamn corner in Manhattan.
Yeah, man, but they not real. It's not real.
No, Kerry. It's not those ones that say candy and all that shit that've been there for 2 decades. They got real food trucks selling gas in Manhattan on every fucking corner. I was like
what we talked about years ago.
Yeah, it's happening.
Yeah.
It's happening. So, fellas, I think Gray Matter needs to invest in a food truck because we could be killing it right now.
Yo, I already got a menu. Come on, holler at me.
I got the line is already there. I'm telling you.
I already got the menu.
Yo, this shit was blowing my mind, man. I was rolling. Yo, Roger Harper, I was rolling blunts right beside cops on the newspaper stands, literally right beside them. Like, yo, what's up? And they're just sitting there.
Damn.
There's no rules. There's no rules in New York. It's amazing. There's no rules in what's it? Name, likeness, and image in NLI paper. There's no rules right now. There will be though. All right, so I don't know if you guys have been watching the Olympics. I haven't been watching a whole lot of them. I do watch highlights. I like to see people win. Few things that have been happening. U.S. women's soccer team took another one on the chin. Great job, girls. Way to focus on the game. And then they acted like
I just think that you had the best players who are now they're mid-30s, late 30s.
They rolled out an awful old team out there.
So, I mean, I'm not putting it all on age, but I'm just saying, like, these for some of them, this is their 4th Olympics, which before I would say in the 90s and even early 2000s,
like 2.
They were doing very well at replenishing the talent, but and just really training them up. I don't really know but you know what? A lot of it too, though, I would say too, does have an awful lot to do with the inequity in earnings. These women are not getting this money, and they've been trying to fight to get their wages up. So I mean, I think that probably has a large part to do with it as well.
The U.S. men's team, the basketball team, is kind of right at the ship. They've been blowing people out.
Well, we got to see what they do against France.
Well, that's what I said. They need to see them against some real teams.
Right.
But, like we said, it's going to take them a couple games. They got to figure out who's who and who's going to do what on the team. They'll be fine. They're still the best players on the planet. So we shall see. So one thing that I did watch, this kid from Norway broke. He's
the 400 hurdles?
First one to ever go under 46 seconds. Dude, he was fucking flying.
Damn.
Flying.
Yeah.
Because
do the hurdles. That shit is no joke.
Because
I used to do the 400 hurdles.
The dude who from America also broke the world record and came in second. This kid, from start to finish, blew people away. He never got tired. It was so impressive. So he ran a 9.61 split on his last 100, flying.
Yeah.
You talking about the 17-year-old?
No, this white dude from Norway. We'll talk about the 17-year-old because me and Kerry have been watching this kid.
Yeah, that boy nice.
And then Kerry also, his 400 high hurdles time was faster than anybody else in his entire country in the 400. Think about that.
That's crazy. Damn.
They talking about Usain Bolt speed right there.
Yeah, that's what they said.
That's like Michael Johnson.
No, that's what they said. They said it's literally. I'm looking at it right now. It's literally labeled a blazing world record. I watched it this morning. I was just like, Jesus Christ, he is fucking. It looked like one of those people that doesn't know how to run the 400 because he just took off out the gates. He was ahead of everybody.
Right.
And he just never.
Oh, he's gonna flame out. Oh, he died. Oh, whoa.
Nope.
He's still strong.
He
Whoa.
kept moving, son. He was. It's impressive. It's impressive. So the other one is, that 17-year-old kid in the 200. That kid is impressive. He is in.
Oh, yeah.
He's going to end up making the finals, and he's 17 years old.
He's gonna be the future.
Exactly.
He's gonna be the future of U.S. track.
Yeah.
Yeah, he is. He
Yeah.
is. And he pulled up at the end of the last 20.
Wow.
Yeah, and Kerry, in his heat, the last 20 meters, he pulled a Usain Bolt. He just kind of jogged and looked at everybody like, I got this one. He
Yeah.
is
That's
performing
different.
well.
That's different speed.
Yeah, no,
That's
he's
different.
17. Oh.
17.
He's 17 running under
17.
20 in the 200.
He was at 20.019 or some shit.
Yeah, just chilling, too.
Yeah, he was blazing.
So he's a yeah. Imagine being his high school coach. What you telling him?
Oh, man.
You're not. You're just
Straight pro,
listening.
He ain't got to go to college.
Yeah. Now he can turn pro right now.
He will. There's absolutely no reason to go to college.
Yeah.
Hit the professional circuit.
All kinds
I'm
of shit.
sure. I'm sure sponsors are drooling.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, no, that kid is impressive. What was shout out to, I don't remember her name. I've smoked too much today and I've had too much shit going on, but there's a U.S. woman who won a diving medal for the first time in 20 years.
Oh.
Shout out to
Shout
her.
out.
Yeah, that never happens. 20 years, dude. Like, it's been a long goddamn time.
Not normally. I think normally China wins.
Well, that's the thing is the U.S. now has a former Chinese Olympic gold medalist as their coach. And she's teaching all the secrets. So now,
That makes sense.
yeah. So shout out to her. That shit is cool. You know, that's the one thing about the Olympics is all these people winning medals for countries that have never won a medal before.
Italy, the dude won the 100. I mean, his pops, from Texas. Oh, he was born in El Paso, or whatever. So yeah, a little bit of that flavor in him. But I mean, good for him. Like, shout out to him. Like, he is the greatest Italian sprinter ever. That's it.
So
he won one gold medal. He's the greatest sprinter ever in Italian history.
Easily.
That's all he needs to do.
So
That's all he needs to
also,
do.
an Italian won gold in the high jump.
Oh yeah, I heard about that.
They shared the gold. They had a chance to do a jump off, and they're actually training partners. And they said, "Nah, let's tie. Fuck it, let's go."
Nice.
Yeah, very
Yeah.
good. So they could share the gold. It wasn't like,
That's
fuck
dope.
it. It was really
I like
cool.
that.
I said there's
I like that.
there's a lot of really cool things that have been going on in the Olympics.
That's a vintage Olympic moment.
Yeah, exactly.
That's
Yeah, there's just so many of them. Like, there's so many events. I'm trying to think of the other ones that I've been watching that have the weightlifting. Of course, the transgender athlete for what country was it? Was it Australia? No, it wasn't Australia. South Africa? I don't know. South Africa, I think. Laurel Hubbard.
I got one for you. The 38-year-old wrestler won 4 gold medals. She's 38 years old. Did you hear about that guy?
Nah, see? Look at that.
Whoa.
That was 38 years old. 4 gold medals, man.
Get it.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
on positive note,
From Cuba.
Caleb
Nice.
Cuba.
Caleb Dressel, the swimmer, 5 for 5 in gold medals in the pool. He's the new Michael Phelps, dominated.
Nice.
Covered in tattoos, it's the new generation of American athletes.
Good.
It's cool, man. I've been watching fencing and shit like that. The fencing's cool as shit because they got the suits score for you.
Right.
So if they get a point, the helmet lights up, so you can actually tell what's going on.
Right.
It was pretty cool. Other than that, I mean, I love the track and field, so it's weird because this.
And what did the Jamaican women?
Shout out to the
swept
Jamaican women sweeping the 100. Almost swept the 200, but the third place girl pulled up at the finish line and
got nipped.
Got nipped.
You cannot pull up in the final. You can't. That's cocky shit. You deserve that. You deserve that. You got what you deserve. You cannot pull up in the final.
Well, also shout out to, I can't remember, Fraser Price is I think her name, the Jamaican sprinter, back-to-back 100 and 200 gold medals. There's only been one other person who's ever done it, and that was Usain. He did it 3 times.
Yeah.
She's only the second person to ever win back-to-back 200s. Even Michael Johnson didn't do that.
And she's the same one who broke the 100-meter record for the women, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, she broke Florence Griffith Joyner's record.
30 some years.
I know.
That one-
that was a record. Yeah.
Dude, so the record was 10.61.
Right.
That's
She ran 10.6, right?
That's flying, dude.
I know.
That's absolutely. You ran track. You know what getting
yeah.
anything under 11, you're moving. I don't care what level you're at. You're moving. I was a little bit disappointed to see the kid from LSU didn't make the final in the long jump or the high jump. You know, so that would have been cool. But he's young. He's young. He's got more. A lot of youth in these Olympics. A ton of it.
Yeah.
A ton.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, even in the qualifiers, we saw a lot. 16, 17, 8. Well, all right. It's looking good. These cats are going after it.
Now that they've added like skateboarding, 13 and 14-year-olds in, they're getting busy.
It's crazy. It's like X Games, yeah. But hey, whatever.
So another thing, so the American won bronze in this is the first skateboarding ever. So he was on the Pat McAfee show. Yo, he broke his ankle before the Olympics. He went out and won a bronze on a fucking broken ankle.
That's insane.
That's determination.
Well, he said that this is all he ever wanted to do. Once, as soon as he heard that there was skating in the Olympics, he stopped smoking weed because he knew about the drug testing, and he knew a lot of the skaters weren't going to be able to qualify for the team because skating and weed go hand in hand, man. Like, fuck all that shit.
Yeah. Smart.
And he even said,
Smart.
he's just like, yo, I smoke all the time, but for the Olympics, I went fully clean, but just went all in for it. Had an accident, a wreck, broke his ankle, and just didn't tell a single person because he said, in my family, we don't talk about shit like that. We just compete. Apparently, his mom and dad were both Olympic gymnasts. So he's got the Olympic pedigree. He just happened to be a skater. Yeah. But, yo, shout out to him. This motherfucker did it on a broken ankle, son. That's it. That's impressive.
That's insane.
That's impressive. And then there was somebody else who also won a medal for America, and they had a broken, like a cracked hip, and they went out and competed.
Sounds horrible.
Yeah, I mean, it's the Olympics, man. This is people like their whole life for this.
Yeah.
And football players that just go get a Toradol shot and jump in there anyway. Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, it sucks. I was watching track meets yesterday. Dude false started, man, and just fucked his whole shit.
I know, yeah. I've heard about like a couple false starts.
2 chances, but now
I thought so too. That's just one and done? Damn.
One and done, man. One and done.
I think the Olympics might be one and done.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I just watched a diamond meet before the Olympics. As Carrie knows, I was watching a lot of track and field this spring, and it was Sydney McLaughlin, the 400-meter hurdlist for the Americans. There was a double false start in that one before somebody was removed, and she still won because it's false starts suck, man.
Does
they suck because you might have got out on the perfect start and be like, "Oh, are you fucking kidding me?"
Yeah.
Yeah. The dude tried to play it off. Yeah, he waited until they told him straight up, you had to go. He stood there for a long time.
I would have stood there too. They would have to come get me.
Yeah, he was hoping it wasn't him. He was just standing there. I was like, shit.
That's hilarious. He gonna look at everybody else in the line like.
Exactly. And they can't understand the China people over there, wherever they at. They point at him, telling him to go. He was standing there like they had to touch him like, you got to go.
Damn.
They pushed him out the lane and shit. It was crazy.
That's hilarious.
Damn.
Yeah.
Hilarious. So, I mean, it's crazy because, like, this Olympics is going to come and go as it almost didn't happen.
I mean, because they keep calling it the 2020 Olympics, and I understand. I get why. They're doing that on purpose. They're doing that on purpose.
Because it was supposed to happen last year.
Right, it was supposed to happen last year, obviously. But are they going to reset it and just have it as 24? So
yes.
It's going to be a 3-year thing. Okay.
3-year gap this time.
All right.
Okay.
So we got like 6 minutes before our first break, and before we even jump into NFL football, we can transition to part of NFL football. Hall of Fame inductions are this week. It's 2 classes. It's last year's centennial class of 20 players, and this year's class. So they have limited the speeches to 6 minutes. It's going to be interesting. You only get 6 minutes. Peyton Manning's only going to get 6 minutes to talk. Interesting. They said
Charles Woodson too, right?
Yeah, they said at 8 minutes they're cutting you off.
Damn.
Because there's almost 30 people that have to give speeches this time. That is, could you imagine? Because some of those speeches go like 40 minutes up there. Like,
Yeah, they let him go.
I mean,
because people get measured by their speeches. Like, oh, you know what? That was a really good speech he gave, like that. And he was talking about this, and it was a, I mean, Randy Moss, his speech was dope. I mean, like, yeah, we remember these speeches that make a difference. Yeah. Ooh.
So you're going to see Peyton will still shine because Peyton's Peyton. 6 minutes, he'll be able to do it. You know.
But you could spend 6 minutes talking about all your teammates.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. So 6 minutes isn't enough time, really. So this is kind of like P's funeral. You know, I was supposed to give the eulogy, and then they gave the floor to a lot of people. And then they said before they were going to have everybody talk, all right, we got to limit this to 5 minutes. And I was just like, 5 minutes? Oh, shit. I started mentally trying to, like, shave off things I was supposed to talk about. Like, damn, man, that cut me in half.
And you were behind the Nation of Islam.
And I had to go behind Farrakhan. Farrakhan wasn't limited to 5 minutes, goddammit.
I also, before we leave this one, I do want to give a special shout out, former teammate of mine, to Keith Perkins, played linebacker. He passed. He ended up having pancreatic cancer, so he just passed last week out in Texas. And so, you know what I'm saying? Fortunately, I won't be able to get down there.
Well, R.I.P. to the homie.
Yeah, he was a monster. He was a silent assassin. Yeah, silent assassin. So just want to give him a shout out.
Yeah, so it's interesting. There's so many players getting inducted. I can't even tell you who all they are. I know Peyton, Charles, Calvin Johnson, Alan Faneca. There's a lot of players. Like the legacy. Yeah, there's 30 fucking people.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, I just think if I had a Hall of Fame NFL career, you can't even thank all the people that you want to just by going, thank you, and then listing names for 6 minutes. You'd still run out of time.
That's what I'm saying. That you could spend 6 minutes just listing people. That's it.
It's going to be a long night.
What I would do, this is what I would do.
I'd split it into a couple of days.
What I would do is this. If I knew I only had 6 minutes, I would get, I'd set up a projector, and I would have a projector of names of everybody I wanted to thank, and then I would just talk about the shit that I wanted to talk about real quick. I said, look at the back. Those are all the people I'm thanking, and here's what I like to say. Bang, 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 boogie. So, I mean, that's the only way I could think to do it.
Well, I'll tell you, I mean, I forgot P's brother. In the cut down, I ended up, in the whole shuffle of it, I ended up forgetting one of the most important people, and it's just like, I'll never forget that. Yeah. I'll never forgetting him. So this is 6 minutes, man.
Yeah, I know. Because you feel bad. You're like, shit, that's that one thing I want to say, and you can't get it back.
Nope, you can't get that moment back, and they're gonna Oscar them at 8 minutes. The band's gonna play them off.
You know, there's gonna be multiple who push that to the 8, and they be like, nah, hold up. This is my moment. I finally made it to the home. You give me 8 minutes?
Are you telling me if Peyton Manning needs to go to 9 minutes, they're going to play him off?
Right.
It's Peyton Manning.
Exactly.
Like, let's be realistic about this here. All right, so time to shut this one down. I'm going to send you the new link, and we will actually start talking about some motherfucking football because today's Tuesday. 2 days we have the kickoff of this NFL season. And I know I'm going to watch the Hall of Fame game. I don't give a fuck. It's football.
Yeah, I'm watching.
Yeah.
I'm a DVR. I'm watching another time.
All right,
I got too much shit to do.
I'll see y'all in 45 seconds. All right, let's add a new one. And Flea, I don't know if we're going to do any individual team today because we kind of skipped a couple weeks, and we're going to run out of run out of weeks before the season kicks off, and we're not going to make it through all the teams. So, as far as just an individual breakdown, I don't think we're going to do that one because we got a lot of shit happening in the NFL right now already. Like a lot. So, I don't know. I can't even remember who it was supposed to be this week, but I just realized like we got basically 4 weeks until the season, and I think we got probably 9 teams left, so we wouldn't make it through all of them. And it's crazy because, like Kerry said, we're finally getting into the good teams. We finally started hitting the playoff teams. What up, homie?
What up, go?
There was a lot of shit going on. Training camp started. There's a lot of things going on. I don't know if you've been paying attention.
I know that Devonta Smith is out 2-3 weeks, MCL sprain. I'm going to be watching him because those bitch-ass Eagles knew we wanted to get him, and then they jumped up to snap, to snag us. So I'm going to be paying attention to shit like that. I know Aaron Rodgers went back. We basically knew he would.
All right, so the biggest news so far, Carson Wentz out 5 to 12 weeks.
Oh, yeah, Carson Wentz. Oh, yeah, I sent you that. Yeah, but Carson Wentz out. That dude's snake bit.
All right, so here's the funny thing. Well, it's not funny. So this is what they found out. His injury actually happened in high school. It never got fixed. So he got a bone spur, and a bone spur is like a little piece of bone that grows off of it, and that it actually broke off. And it's just kind of been floating around in his foot. Well, it kind of settled in a spot, which it will happen because I still have a rock in my forearm from when I was a little kid and I wrecked a bike. It's the only one I couldn't get cleaned out. It'll be there forever.
I know I got spurs floating all over the damn place.
Exactly. So what happened is he kind of injured the foot a little bit or something. It's a lot of little muscles and tendons and whatnot. So he did something and it dislodged that piece and now it's floating around again. So they had to do surgery just to go get it and get it out. There was no way to avoid it. 5 to 12 weeks. So with him, they're saying that there was a break and a piece was floating around. So
that is the weirdest time frame, though. I've never seen 5 to 12 weeks. It's normally like within a 2 to 3 week framing, like 6 to 8, whatever, 4 to 6.
Well,
never 5 to 12. That's weird.
So my mom had a small lens. Whatever the thing is called, lens fracture.
Lens frame.
Yeah, the small little tiny fracture, and it never heals. It never will because
that's what Ahmad Bradshaw had. That
you never are off of your feet long enough for it to heal.
Right.
So that's why that 5 to 12 is a thing because it is a foot injury. Here's what really hurts the Colts: Quentin Nelson, exact same injury, out 5 to 12 weeks. Went into surgery this morning.
Damn, that's tough.
Ooh, they got.
I saw they picked up Brett Hundley though. I thought that was an interesting pickup for them.
I think he might know the system or whatever, possibly. I don't fucking know.
I mean, but then you have Jacob Eason, and then you have. I forget the other.
I think they're also looking at possibly a quick return with Wentz, and it is a 17-game season, so But Quentin Nelson, the exact same injury. So Quentin Nelson's is a developmental when his actually grew and broke off. So they had to do the same thing. It wasn't a break with a chip that floated around. His bone spur just broke off. It's been floating around his foot. Had to do the exact same surgery.
Damn.
Exact same time frame, 5 to 12 weeks. For their best player and the best player at his position in the NFL.
Easy.
By far.
Yeah.
So that really hurts him. So other things going on. Was it Panthers camp? A rookie safety almost killed Kirkwood today in practice. Like, hit him with his shoulder in the top of his head. They had to take Kirkwood off the field on a stretcher. The kid got cut in the middle of practice. Get the fuck off the field and got cut. Get out of here.
With the safety?
Yeah.
Damn.
So that's one thing, Roger Harper, you would know about this.
That's what happens. Don't you fuck with our draft picks, you stupid ass free agent. Don't you do it. That's just the dumb shit.
So,
I get it. You trying to get seen, but that's the wrong way to get seen.
Exactly. So they've always said about the NFL is you have to learn how to practice.
Yeah.
You can't be doing shit like that and falling into knees and like having the quarterback hit the top of your helmet as he's following through. Like, you gotta.
And you know, Joe. You know, I've told you this many times. Normally, I hate rookies. I hate them. Because they're stupid. Because they think they know, especially if they was the shit in college, and they think they know, and then they get to the NFL, they start fucking up. They don't know. This is a whole new game, baby. So, this is a rare rookie who comes in who just like does the thing. Chubb came in, like that's why I fucks with Nick Chubb. Chubb came in, he did the thing. He knew exactly what to do. He knew exactly how to move. I like rookies like that. Look at Chase over in Washington. That's what I'm saying. He became captain. You know what I'm saying? Like players like that, I appreciate them. They transcend rookiedom for me. But most of the time, I hate rookies because they're stupid.
Well, my college coach always called them Thursday All-Americans. Oh, we got another fucking Thursday All-American out here.
Exactly.
Shorts and shoulder pads, you're out here fucking going a million miles an hour.
What are you doing?
Yeah, no, I always hated that. Like, I actually injured a running back on our team in practice because they were like, oh, you got to, like, it's full contact, and he was coming, and he's a lot bigger than me. And what did I do? I went right at his ankles, and broke a bone in his ankle. He was out 6 weeks. I was just like, yo, I'm not tackling our teammates ever again because I'm going for their ankles.
Yeah. You got to do it to the other team.
Yeah, I was just like, come on, man. Look what I see. You made me do that, and now look, he's out 6 weeks.
Look what you made me do, huh?
It's because I love you.
Right.
So his name was the rookie was Eby, and the Panthers literally said it was absolutely unacceptable. He got cut in the middle as soon as it happened. Get off the fucking field, and they cut him. Like, don't even stop in the locker room. Drop your pads off and go into your car.
And now the whole league knows his name. He might as well go to Canada. He might as well be looking at flights to Canada right now.
Yeah, it's stupid. So the Giants had a fight on field, an on-field brawl in camp.
Good.
And then the Vikings have released. I don't know his first name. Hold on, I will look at the article. The Vikings released cornerback Jeff Gladney for he got indicted for felony assault.
Oh, Gladney was one of their better corners too. I think when he came out of Minnesota.
Yeah.
I think.
Yep.
Minnesota Gophers.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh. Man, Minnesota Vikings are snake bitten at defensive backfield. The only stand-up dude back there is Harrison Smith, and now they have obviously Patrick Peterson. But corners wise, I don't know what's going on with them corners.
So he was picked in the first round, 31st overall.
Right.
And started 15 games.
Exactly.
So he actually got arrested in April. We just now are hearing about it because they just cut him.
Gotcha.
Oh, he choked his girl. It said he's charged with domestic violence by impeding breathing.
Okay.
Yeah. Right. So
that's one way to put it, I guess.
It said the altercation grew out of an argument and took a place over a span of more than 2 hours, and a civil suit's already been filed against him. Yeah, he's done in the NFL. It's over for you, kid.
Dummy.
It's over for you. So, Deshaun Watson showed up in camp.
Yes, he did. He showed up so he wouldn't get fined. they had him playing safety
Oh,
on some plays. Playing safety.
Yeah, they want that guy
I
off.
mean, the Texans are fucking stupid.
They're the worst.
okay?
So there was a one of the claims against Deshaun Watson was released.
Mhm.
Yo, man. So apparently he asked her to put her fingers in his butt, and she said it in court. Like, yeah, he wanted me to
Damn.
put my fingers up his butt.
man, let me tell you some strange. He had a special where he went out of the country. Did anybody see that? He went out the country. It was just him and this one.
I know
dude.
what you're talking about. Yeah, him and his friend, but I never watched it. I never saw it. I know what you're talking
and
about.
His friend was a flaming. You know, he was flaming, man. I couldn't believe it, man.
So yeah.
Damn. That's
So
crazy.
maybe I mean, listen. What
He's
you
a switch hitter.
well, here's the thing. What you want to do is what you want to do. Is
Yeah,
whatever. But I mean, I guess when you go to spots like that, I don't.
So you
Trying
don't.
to-
I just think that there's another way
Well,
for you to
you
live
know-
out your best life, but not in that way.
You know that
Where you-
the Texans released this information 100%. They got him playing safety.
Well,
They're trying to like make him look as bad as possible.
Of course they are. But then also asking for a king's ransom.
Well, see, that's the thing I don't understand. If you tarnish
they
him,
make no sense.
well, they're the worst team. They're the worst organization in sports right now. Dude, they have a preacher as their GM.
Yeah, they make no sense, man. They make no sense. And then when reporters, now normally I'm on the side of the athletes when it comes to reporters, because reporters do ask some stupid ass questions. But when you're the Texans, the only question that you know that they're going to really ask, especially when that man is there, is what's up with Deshaun Watson. You got to be ready to answer that question. I don't give a shit. That you have to be ready to say something about that. So the fact that they were like acting all indignant and they didn't want to talk about it, that's garbage. Nobody gives a shit about Tyrod Taylor. His mama does, but not in this context. Now when it comes to the Texans,
Nope.
They don't care about that shit. So
They just want
you
him
have to talk about Deshaun Watson.
They just want him to
Period.
get hurt so whoever his backup is can come in and have an all-pro
And be
season.
and then the MVP of the league. Right.
So Matthew Stafford hit his thumb on somebody's helmet in practice and then came out in practice today because he's Matthew Stafford and this guy doesn't miss time. He also
That's
had an
ridiculous.
absolutely ridiculous no-look pass in practice. I saw the film. It's so stupid. Like, it's not even... He's literally like...
But I did see this. He also threw a pick to the best corner in the league right now. You know what I'm saying? As he was trying to get it to Cooper Kupp. You know what I'm saying? My man
But they're
stepped in
all-
and took it to the crib.
everybody in the Rams camp is just like
They love him.
dumbfounded.
Come on now, obviously.
Because they see the arm talent. They're like, oh,
Yeah.
we've never seen anything like this before. Well, nobody watches Detroit games.
Nobody.
Nobody. That's what Aaron Rodgers said when they were talking about his no-look passes and whatnot. He said, well, there's a guy up in Detroit who's been doing it for a very long time, and nobody talks about him. So
Yeah. Yeah.
nobody's ever
Yeah.
questioned his toughness or his arm talents.
Nope. Nope.
Nope.
Mm-mm. And I always, he had a fan for life when he beat Dallas that one time when he was hurt. And then he drove them down in the last second to win that game in his rookie season.
This is a
Yeah, I was
quarterback
like-
who played with a broken back.
Yeah, man. Like, yeah.
Tony Romo's the only other one who did something stupid like that.
Right.
But you could tell Tony Romo was limp.
But Tony Romo was significantly older when he did it.
Yeah, that's what I said. You could see Romo got limited by him. Matthew Stafford was still out there just slinging it, like just chucking
Yeah,
it.
sure. Yeah.
So it's going to be interesting to see what the Rams do with him. I saw film of Kyle Pitts getting busy in practice. He's going to be a problem. He's already making defenders look stupid in the NFL level. He's just beasting. He's just going over them. He's just like literally going over people.
He's going to be a problem.
Phillip Rivers has said that he is not ruling out a comeback. If there is a team that has an injury, the team needs someone to come in and throw fourth quarter interceptions.
I mean, obviously there's a spot open in Indy for right now. I mean,
You already
Might
know
as well
everyone
just-
there.
might as well just go back and do that.
I mean, and you know what? You could literally, if Carson comes back and is healthy, just step back and be the backup and be a mentor and show Carson how to be a real quarterback and a leader. Like, because he is lacking that. Everyone's like, oh, he oozes leadership. I don't see it. I don't fucking see it.
I don't see Phillip Rivers
I don't either.
willingly
I don't either.
squat the bench.
I'm just saying, like,
That's like if Ben Roethlisberger was in Pittsburgh, like someone starting over him, like he had a chance to come back, he wouldn't come back in a mentorship. He'd mentor you being the starter, not sitting behind anybody. Nah.
No, of course not.
Phillip Rivers won't do that.
Also, what made Judge absolutely furious after the fight in Giants practice, I forgot to mention this, is Daniel Jones was at the bottom of the pile that people were fighting. Starting quarterback is literally at the bottom of the pile of grown gladiators trying to beat each other up.
That boy
He's trying
don't
to be a
need.
leader. He's trying to set a point that he wants to be. He's tough and wants to be the leader. If he's at the bottom of the pile fighting shit, he needs to be backing up. But he's trying to.
Exactly. And
That's
this
what
is
that
why
looks
he
like.
earned the moniker Danny Dum Dum. You don't do that. Stop it. Get
Okay.
your ass to the sideline and just be like, yeah, all right, I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait till y'all finish.
Exactly.
Don't get in there. He's actually, I saw a couple clips. He's throwing some good balls in practice. So what are you doing? Don't keep going that way. Don't end up at the bottom of the pile, man. What's wrong with you?
All right, I love this story. So it started when Evan Ingram retaliated after a late hit to running back Corey Clement. And then safety Logan Ryan came in and leveled Ingram from behind. And then the rest of the team, including Jones, just jumped in. And it became a team-wide brawl, which I've been in college where I told you guys we were required to fight when fights happened.
Yeah.
It was, you had to. So it was reds and whites and it was chaos. But he was at the bottom of a goddamn pile of bodies getting fucked up. You know how many, so stupid. So stupid. Aaron Rodgers getting into a fight in a pile. Tom Brady.
Hell no.
No.
Hell no.
You're too important.
No. You let what's the backup name? Let that fool get in there.
Let Tyrod Taylor go in there and fight.
That old long neck backup we got.
Mike Glennon.
Yeah, let his ass get in there.
So they're also talking about Nick Foles making a return to Frank Reich and that system and going to Indy.
Oh, see that okay.
You might
I can
break
see that.
you might break Carson Wentz forever if Nick Foles comes in and, and takes his job again. It'll be broken forever. Don't do that to him. You got him out of there to build him back into a quarterback. You can't do that.
Imagine Foles starts balling again, and then we come to realize he needs Wentz. Like the misery of Wentz is what gives Foles his powers.
Oh, I love it. I love it. I love it. But they can't do that to Wentz. You can't. You can't.
I know. Yeah,
You can't.
that
Those
would be
couple games at the
crazy.
beginning of the season, he might miss. Say it's 5 weeks, whatever. It's not worth it. You'll break him.
I'd say the only way, honestly, because they signed Wentz for how long? Got a 5-year deal?
It was $100
4 years?
million. So yeah.
Okay, so stick with me on this one. They might just have to say, and you said Quentin Nelson was already hurt.
Yeah.
They might just have to say, all right, guys, listen, we're going to roll with Jacob Eason this year, and whatever happens, defense, running game, whatever happens. This is just going to be a gap year for us. And then for Winston, because he's clearly fragile, you know what I'm saying, in the heart category. I mean, he got heart, but I'm just saying, like, mentally, like, you know, his confidence and all that, a little fragile. So we just might have to say there's going to be a gap year. Wentz comes back nice and healthy. His job is secure. Like, you know what I'm saying? Let's just placate our $100 million quarterback so he can come back and give us his absolute best. They may just have to go ahead and chalk this one up.
It's just they have such a good roster. I don't know if you can.
They really do. But what I'm saying is he's supposed to be the one to take it over the top. Now you bring in some vet who's just like been feeling himself, like man, I switched up my diet. I'm feeling better than ever. You know what I mean? Hey,
I just think you call. I just think
Foles is coming off an injury, and
I just
trying
think
to
you
work
call
himself back.
you call Phil because Phil's good for the first couple weeks of the season before his arm rolls is done and he starts making dumb decisions. And you just let him know before he even gets there. Like, listen, man, we just need you to fill the gap until Carson's healthy. We might make a Super Bowl run. You know this team. You might get to. He's at the end. He retired.
He did.
So why not come back for a possible Super Bowl run? Because he's not going to be able to.
But here's the problem with bringing in the cat who's never won a Super Bowl, and in the quarterback class that he was in, the other two did win. He's going to want to be on the field to win that Super Bowl. Eli got his. Eli got his too. Ben got his too.
You have to just let him know.
Philly Rivers don't have one.
You have to let him know before he even gets there. And if he's not with it, you can't come. It is what it is.
Sure. You can let him know that, but then it's also you can let him know all you want.
You also structure.
We know that there's a big difference.
You also structure the contract that you just cut him whatever you want, and just let him know. We can literally cut you with no ramifications at any time if you sign this deal, and just let him know this is the only way you can come here. So, Cam reports out of Patriots camp. Yeah, Cam is looking real good. Shoulder is actually looking healthy for the first time, like he said, since he injured it.
Yeah, because he said it was him chasing down that interception. Like, how long ago now?
7 years.
7 years ago?
Yeah.
That's why, if I throw an interception, I'm going to run 2 steps and fall down.
Especially because you know some linemen are looking for you.
They're looking to light your ass up. I'm running 2 steps and I'm diving on the ground. I'm going to give a puncher's effort.
Well,
but
speaking of somebody who has torn a rotator cuff, by doing the same thing, falling on the field and landing here, I did the exact same thing he did, and that was his throwing shoulder. It's never going to be the same. I don't care what he does. It will never be the same. So I understand it, especially after watching the play and seeing what happened. I'm like, I went through that. I'm still fucked up. So I get it. He will get it fixed. I never got mine actually fixed. He'll get stem cell. He'll get everything. All reports right now, things are looking good. It is a very long season. We'll see how that shoulder holds up, especially in that cold weather in New England in the late
season.
And
also, Josh has to call plays for him that don't put him in imminent danger every single time.
Well, they do have 2 tight ends now, so
yeah, and let's cut back with the QB draws. You know what I mean? Let's be easy.
Reports out of Dallas is that Micah Parsons is fucking balling.
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
So
Giants had a chance to grab him. that would have been a great fit. It's a little. I definitely did not want him to go to Dallas, but yeah. And I heard he's been talking big shit too.
Yeah, I love it. It's going to be like Devin White. That's what Devin White stepped in day one, just like, nah, I'm the shit. And I'm going to show you why. Watch what I do out here.
Yeah. Well, and DeMarcus Lawrence is hurt. I know that. It's coming to that part of his career where he's getting hurt quite often. So, I mean, but I don't know what if Randy Gregory can stay healthy, that guy, and then also not get suspended again.
Yeah.
He's a problem. He's a problem at defensive end.
Yeah.
So I mean, the boys have to show that they can cover people. I did see that they were interested in Xavier Howard. I don't know if they would be able to make that happen. I definitely don't want them to. But if they would have scooped that, then I would actually be worried about.
Well, Xavier Howard, I was going to bring that up. He does want out? Supposedly, he also said whatever, but we all know he wants out of there. That's a pretty good fucking player. What are you going to have to give up to get him, though?
Right.
That's why I texted you, Kerry. I was just like, if they really want to get rid of Deshaun Watson, Howard wants out of there, but do you get rid of Tua too?
But here's the thing. It would be Xavier Howard, Tua, a number 1 this year, a number 2 next year, and a number some. They want 3 draft picks and 2 starters. Come on, man.
Well, I think
Come
if you
on.
add,
And one an All-Pro.
well, if Howard's involved, then maybe you could like get one of those draft picks taken away because like it's Howard. We'll see. I don't think that'll actually happen. What they want is retarded. It'll never happen. Given
Ridiculous.
nobody knows if he's going when he's actually legally going to be allowed to play football again.
Right. You got to bring that asking price way down. And then it doesn't help that you have this fool playing safety
They want
in
to.
practice.
Yo, they're Willie Beeman them.
What
Deshaun
the hell is wrong with you?
Deshaun Watson is Willie Beeman. Holy shit, dude! Look at
Wow.
him. He is. That's Willie Beeman, Roger Harper. He about to do that video.
I gotta pull this shit up.
They call me Deshaun Watson.
Willie Beeman have the honeys creaming. Oh man, what an idiot!
Oh, that is one of my favorite.
And Willie Beeman went to my alma mater. He was in Houston. Oh man, this story just writes itself.
Yeah, but now they're trying to Willie Beeman him, and they want him to get hurt. Yo, there was an old movie about a college basketball player that was like from a small town, nowhere, whatever. Went to a college. They tried to break it. They wanted this coach did not want him there, and they literally tried to break this kid. The other players were beating the shit out of him during practice. He was constantly, literally, that's what they're doing to Deshaun Watson. They're trying to break this dude. Actually break him. They had him playing safety.
Yeah,
I wonder what the
mean,
respect level is, what his teammates is now.
yeah, I don't know.
That's crazy.
Well, I mean, you got to think about it too. A lot of his old teammates gone. Like
Exactly.
the ones who like the ones that really did rock with him. Like we would
J.J. Watt.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't think he would have been playing safety if J.J. Watt is there. He'd have been like, "What are you doing? What is this nonsense?"
Well, you have to look at it like you just said, Kerry. All the players who know Deshaun Watson as a leader and a football player and a quarterback and all that, they're gone.
They're gone.
These newer guys, especially the younger guys, all they know of him is what keeps getting leaked in. All this terrible stuff, and it's only going to get worse if they got him playing safety and this one got leaked. It's only going to get worse.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, man.
And that's terrible because he is so incredibly talented.
I know. So if I'm him, I'm like, okay, I'm here, but nah, I'm not doing that one. Nah, I'm not doing that one. I'm here. So what you fining me for? Or you can send me home. Like, I'll work out. I'll go to the weight room. But I'll run. I will run. I will work out. But I'm not going to play safety. Are you stupid?
You're not going to get me hurt on purpose.
Nah, I'm not going to do that. That's ridiculous. No.
Wow.
No.
So dumb.
So what they're doing is, this is payback for him wanting to leave.
Yeah.
So, so now they're so stupid that the asset now that you're willing to trade, even though everyone was willing to give you everything and you didn't want to, then this came out. And now you're like, not only are you besmirching him, so you are denigrating your own asset that you're trying to give away, but then you're asking for a king's ransom.
Is there
So you're
any?
gonna say how damaged he is, but then also for these damaged goods, I want all of your best shit. Come on now.
Is there a worse run team in professional sports right now? No, there isn't.
No?
There isn't. It's not even close right now. The
No.
Bengals not having an indoor practice facility doesn't mean anything. The Lions being terrible for their entire existence means absolutely nothing compared to what's going on in Houston now. You literally got the king of Houston and let him go. J.J. Watt's out of there. He didn't even want to be there no more. You are taking the face of your franchise and an MVP caliber player who is clutch,
Absolutely.
and you are destroying him socially, physically, mentally. They're really trying to break him.
They are.
So, and then you let a preacher with no prior business or football experience be your GM. So maybe Bill O'Brien wasn't as bad as we thought he was. Because that,
Man,
yeah, he was.
still can never forgive him giving away Nuke.
No, never.
You just there's no.
What if McNair made him do it and he just had to go fall on his sword and be like, all right, this is why I did it. Like,
Well, here's the thing. No, because I'll tell you why. Because McNair is the owner. I'm the coach. McNair can have me ousted at any given point in time. So I would rather get ousted saying, hell no, I'm not going to trade that guy, than listen to the owner, trade him, and then get my ass fired anyway. And then have everybody hate me because I traded the best player. Wow. I'd be like, nope, not going to happen.
All right.
Might as well fire me now then.
all right,
Nope.
so the other major news in the NFL, and I know it's not going to happen. It can't happen. So the Pagula family has said that if the city of Buffalo does not outfit them with a new stadium and update the Sabres Coliseum at a tone of $1.5 billion, which we all know that will end up being like fucking 4 or something, paid 100% by the city and taxpayers, that they are willing to move the Bills.
To where though?
Austin, Texas.
Oh shit.
Look on his face. It's really happening.
And Austin would give them that money. They got that money.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Texas got it. Texas got it.
Austin especially. Austin is like the new little tech hub. You know what I'm saying? Central. Ooh.
Buffalo better get that. They better
And
get
adding another football team to Texas. I mean, we got U of H in Houston, we got UT in Austin, and we got it's TCU. There's a bunch of schools.
Yeah, this is a major.
And Dallas.
This is a power move by them because now they're going to get a new stadium. They're not going to have to pay for it because the Buffalo. If the Bills leave Buffalo, they will burn that fucking city down.
Buffalo will burn.
Exactly.
Buffalo will burn.
Them Griselda boys will put that money up for that shit.
Right. You'll understand the true meaning of Bills Mafia if they try to move the Bills to Austin, Texas. Oh no. Oh no.
Yes, the purge would officially begin in Buffalo, New York.
Oh,
You ain't lying. They would not like that. That'd be a tragedy in the city of Buffalo.
yeah.
It's already blue collar, hard, gritty. Oh man, it'd be bad. Bad.
Let me tell you something. When the Toronto Blue Jays had to move because they couldn't play in their dome or whatever, they played their games in Buffalo. The Buffalo fans showed up for them, like mad support for the Blue Jays right there. And they're just going to be Blue Jays fans regardless. But they just came out to rock with the Blue Jays. So much so that the Blue Jays were like, man, we want to win for these fans out here. These fans are great. So
Nobody.
If you take away their only professional teams, their hockey, you take away their hockey. Come on now. It's upstate New York, near Canada. You're going to take away their hockey and their football.
What did Chris Berman say every single time before a Bills highlight?
Circling them wagons, baby.
Nobody circles the wagons like the Buffalo Bills. Yo, those fans are unique.
Yep.
They are different.
crazy.
They are different than any other fan base. They have supported that team even more than the Cleveland Browns fan base. That Buffalo team, it doesn't.
I mean, and talk about through utter devastation,
4 in a row.
losing 4 chips in a row, and they still rock with you.
And
Yep.
also enduring 20 years of absolute torture of watching the Patriots just walk all over you and win Super Bowls left and right over and over and over again. Just, they've been tortured and they've been loyal. They sell out. It doesn't matter. Those teams always.
Look at how they still show up for Jim Kelly.
Yeah.
through everything he's gone through. Just look at how they treat their former players. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Even Scott Norwood,
Yeah.
the one who admit that like their greatest chance to win one, the first one. So yeah, man, like
I played with Daryl Talley and Cornelius Bennett. They came over to the Falcons. That's when they left the Buffalo
that's
Bills.
right. They sure did. They did.
And they talked about their tradition, the Buffalo, how crazy, the fans was, and just the intensity with, it was just crazy in Buffalo.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, all right, so WVU is known for their fans setting couches on fire. Buffalo is known for their fans literally jumping through tables. They get drunk, climb on top of whatever vehicle they have inside the parking lot, and jump through tables. Yeah, there's millions of videos of it. They play in subarctic temperatures for half of the season.
Yep.
Fans out there, no shirts on.
No shirts.
Y'all better. They better figure this thing out quick.
Oh, that would, dude. It's not going to happen. Well, what a masterful play by the ownership.
Yep.
Masterful, because like you said, Austin, Texas will take them instantly. Yeah, come on down. Come on down.
Hell yeah. What?
We're a new tech hub, and we have a professional sports team now. Oh my God, we just arrived.
Yo. Yeah,
And
because
they're already
Austin,
good.
Austin already has like an influx of people with money. Like you gotta have some money to live in Austin. Let me tell you something.
The Bills are very good. So
Yes, they are.
you'd get a good team
So
instantly.
look at what happened when
Browns.
Bud Adams I'm taking it to H-Town. When Bud Adams asked the city of Houston, like, look, we cannot continue to play in this Astrodome. We need a new stadium. So what's up with it? And then they were like, nah, but then it was like during the time because the Astrodome was all messed up, whatever, and they were already starting to play games in Tennessee. They were like, well, look, Tennessee's already like, they're willing to get down. And so Houston was messing around, the mayor was messing around, Bud Adams was like, check this out. Tennessee said, we good to go. All right, peace.
Well,
And then all of a sudden, like what happens in every city who plays this game with these owners, when they move their business, they're like, all we're just asking is for this new stadium. And especially in these traditional football hubs, then the city goes without a team. And then right after that, what happened? This was Steve McNair, Eddie George. A year after that, they went to the Super Bowl, and everybody in Houston was trying to cheer for the Titans. I said, no. That's not your team. That's Tennessee's team.
Well,
You
Kerry,
don't have a team. And then what happened? Then we get the Texans a couple years later. So what you ended up doing is you ended up spending the money later, but then having to start all over again when you had a squad that was right there and ready already.
well, Cleveland did the exact same thing because
Exactly.
they went on
and they want to put that on Art Modell. And Art Modell was like, he didn't want to leave. But he was like, you're not giving me a choice.
So
And Baltimore was like, we ready.
I can only think of one other franchise in the league that if the team left, that it would be as devastating. That's Green Bay.
Oh, my God. Oh, no, don't even say that.
They'd commit mass suicide up there if that happened.
No.
It would-
The streets will run yellow with cheese.
I knew you were going to say that shit. I knew you were going to say that.
Don't you do it. It'll be a Brock fight. Don't you do
Well,
it.
I mean, the other one would be the Patriots. Geez, those Boston people, they're already violent and and whatnot. So
you're all the Southies.
oh my God, it'd be. They almost burnt Boston down when they won a fucking World Series title.
When they won. I
Yeah.
know. They be tripping when they win.
People died. All right, so not only did people die in the aftermath, the amount of elderly people who passed away quietly after they won a title was fucking remarkable, Kerry. It was by the thousands.
Happened with the Cubs too. It happened with the Chicago Cubs too. They
So
were
many
like,
people said, I finally saw. Yeah, I can let go.
Finally let go. I can let go now.
Yeah.
There was
That's crazy.
thousands of
crazy.
people in
That's
New
crazy.
England.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
crazy. Yeah.
It was incredible.
Yeah.
So Yeah, but I can't. The Bills, they're not going to move. They're not. This is just a power play like any I've never seen before.
I'm saying. I mean, look, you see how the GM had to just bend over and take it. When Aaron did come back, he's like, okay, you want Randall Cobb? Okay, we're going to get Randall Cobb. And he made it clear, like, I personally would not have gotten Randall Cobb right now, but here you go, Aaron.
All right, so
Yes.
before this, we got 3 minutes left on this one before I start the last section. Now that teams know that Austin, Texas is open to having a professional football team, what about like Jacksonville or one of these other teams that have been exploring leaving their place now being like, well, shit, they want a team, we can go over there?
It would depend on Shad Khan, like what his interests are. Jacksonville is interestingly placed because it's on the East Coast. He has the soccer team over in London. I don't know if he would want to go deeper into.
He'll want to go to
country.
London before he does
Right.
that. So
I don't see that.
the other hot button team that I always say needs to relocate, the Chargers.
Ooh.
They need to get out of LA. They didn't need to go there in the first place.
It was weird leaving San Diego for LA.
Yeah, so if they go to Austin, they're already a young, hot team, new coaches, all that shit, new hot city. That would be dope. That would
I
work.
mean, they have the quarterback. I mean, like he would do well in Austin.
Yes,
he would do very well. in
Yes,
Austin.
his hair looks incredible. It all fits.
I mean, yeah. I mean, you talk about like some Friday Night Lights action. He has that sort of vibe ticking for him.
Word, it could
And he's
work.
Smart dude, medical. You know what I'm saying? He's trying to be a doctor and all that. I mean, yeah.
It could work. All right, so let me end this one. I'll send you a new link, and we'll talk about some more happenings going on in the NFL training camps. All right, time for part 3. Even though I already lit the third blunt on this one, yeah, whatever. Whatever. This is what I do. So, there's no way in the world that the Bills move. It's impossible. Absolutely impossible. Alright, so I'm assuming that Carrie will pop up first because he usually does. Bam, like clockwork. As predicted. I literally was just like, I bet you that Carrie will pop up first because that always happens. So I
Gotta
wanted
keep it consistent.
I wanted to run through the amount of people who are limited to 6 minutes in speaking, because this is I still can't. This is blowing my mind. They could have 10 minutes at least. 6 is so short.
But okay, 10 minutes, and we're talking how many players?
We're about to see. So Alan Faneca, Calvin Johnson, John Lynch. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's fucking. This is a big class. Peyton Manning, of all goddamn people. Charles Woodson. And then Tom Flores. Nobody wants to hear what he has to say. Anybody? Bill Nunn. Nobody wants to hear.
Well, he's passed away. Him
Yeah.
and his son. You know who Bill Nunn's son was, right? Radio Raheem. Do the right thing.
Interesting. Drew Pearson
Oh,
finally
okay.
made it. It's remember 20 people
About
in this
time.
class. Yeah.
About time he made it.
Yeah, I know. All right. Steve Atwater,
Oh,
Isaac.
I'd like to hear something he had to say.
Isaac
Oh,
Bruce.
the preacher. Oh, the preacher got to give a sermon. He ain't gonna give no 6-minute sermon.
Exactly. Steve Hutchinson,
Okay, lineman. All right.
Edrin James,
Oh, come on now.
Troy
Reverend.
Polamalu, like
That's my-
Harold Carmichael,
Oh, 6'8", 6'7", 6'8". Yeah.
Jim Covert. It was a tackle.
Mhm.
Bobby Dillon. I don't know if he's still alive. Cliff Harris,
Mm-hmm.
Winston Hill. That's another tackle. Alex Karras.
Oh, he's passed.
Yeah.
Father of Webster.
Yeah.
The show Webster, but also one of the greatest movies ever, Blazing Saddles.
Yes. Donnie Shell,
Okay.
Duke Slater. There's a lot of tackles going in this
Out
one.
of tackles. Okay.
Max Speedy's probably not alive. He played in the 40s.
I've got it.
Ed Sprinkle, same thing, 40s.
Sprinkle me, man.
Bill Cower, 6 minutes for
Cower
Bill Cower.
power.
Like really?
His chin needs 6 minutes to pull up.
Exactly.
Jimmy Johnson, 6 minutes for Jimmy.
Oh,
come on,
now.
man. This is what I'm.
Hell nah. His hair need about a good 6 minutes to gel up.
Steve Sable.
He was dead.
His impact can't be like measured.
I know, but that's NFL films. I know. Yeah, he had the brain cancer.
Yeah, you're going to limit his impact to 6 minutes? Come on, he changed
I know.
the NFL completely.
He helped get the NFL this money.
Yeah.
Y'all wouldn't be making this money if it wasn't for Steve Sable.
Paul
Like, people wasn't showing up like that.
Paul Tagliabue. You're going to give an ex-commissioner 6 minutes?
Yeah, wow.
Dude, that's a lot of fucking. That's everybody who has to give a speech.
And Paul Tagliabue let LT play. That's all you get. That's all you need to know. He let a lot of things go.
So you're expecting all of these people 6 minutes each.
Yeah, I don't see that. That's crazy.
Bill Cower
I mean,
and
but-
Jimmy Johnson. Come on, man.
But even if you gave them 10, we're talking. That's a full work day.
Yeah,
We putting in an entire shift
and that's
to try to watch these speeches.
and that's if you let them. If you do two podiums, like it's a festival, and then you just do
Yeah,
back to back
yeah, you're
speeches.
we could do the festival of speeches. You know what I'm saying?
I
Yeah.
think they should have separated into 2 days. Do like the Centennial class, Friday night, and then whatever, Saturday. Just do it.
Well, okay. So obviously, there's a good number of the players who are not here. Maybe you have whoever their representative, whoever their proxy is. They speak the night before, and then you have the actual players who are alive speak. You know what I'm saying?
So, so Pat McAfee interviewed David Baker, head of the NFL Hall of Fame. That guy who's, I think he's
a big dude,
6'9", 400.
huge dude. Yeah.
Extremely impressive individual, though. Like, he is impressive, and he said that this will be the largest gathering of legendary talent in history. Because you have always, every Hall of Fame class, all the Hall of Famers come who are alive, right?
Sure.
Then you've got 20 people being inducted for the Centennial class, and then this year's class also being inducted. So it's literally.
I mean, but you also have representatives from like the 40s, the 50s, the 70s, the
Because of
80s.
the Centennial thing.
multiple. Yeah, that's crazy.
And you also
Yeah.
have to recognize the NFL's 100 greatest players, which never had its. Even though the Hall of Fame is its own thing, it's a private business. It's completely separate from the NFL. They do their own thing. The NFL does not give them money. I just learned all this. It's completely run off of donations and the money that the Hall of Fame itself raises through tourism and whatnot. I was like, well, shit, that's crazy. The NFL is like a $1 trillion industry, and it does not give anybody to the Hall of Fame. But every single person ever involved in the organization wants to be in there.
Absolutely.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Huge class of individuals.
And it's not determined by sports writers. I like that. Unlike baseball.
Yeah.
Which
You got
know,
people who never
like,
played at that level picking people, the best people.
But also, like in baseball, say I'm a player and I ain't really like talking to reporters. They would hold me out.
Yes.
On some grudgy shit.
They do that.
Some bitch grudgy shit. They would hold me out.
They're very notorious.
They've done that.
They're notorious for
it.
that.
Yeah. So I mean, yeah. So I like the NFL Hall of Fame.
All right. So Jordan Hicks says he wants out of Arizona. He said he cannot vie for a starting position. Jordan Hicks says, I want out.
That and 275 will get you on the bus.
Yep.
Okay. Like, who's checking for him?
Xavier Howard said he's not completely 100% on leaving. There is a possibility of staying at Miami, at least for this year.
Good coaching. I think he really wants to see what Tua is going to look like. They do have some new toys coming in, and they have some defenders coming back, which will help make his job easier. And he was already an All-Pro with those other defenders already out. I think he should stay. Plus, you're in Miami.
All right, so Nick Chubb signed a 3-year extension.
Did see that. Good for him. Good on him. No, that's my guy. It's my guy.
So it was interesting. I watched the interview with Marshawn Lynch, and they asked him about running backs that remind him of himself. Of course, Derrick Henry, obviously. That's without question. But he said both Chubb and Kareem Hunt were the other two in the league, and it was just like, well, damn, they're both on one fucking team.
I can see that.
Yeah.
You know, when Kareem Hunt first got signed, what did I say? That is the best running back tandem, period, by far.
By far.
And if they don't compete for a chip soon, I will be deeply disappointed because.
Well, it was funny about how much praise he was giving Kareem Hunt. Like, it was just like, I was just like, damn, he really, like, that's his guy. Yeah. That's his guy. So impressive.
Well, I can see it too because, you know, beast mode, especially when he was in college, he used to catch that rock out the backfield. Like he was a do-it-all back. I mean, later he was just more running, but he could catch that rock. Yeah, he was a good receiver out the backfield.
So the Giants have signed former Cowboys center Joe Looney.
Okay.
So interesting.
Okay.
Probably. I mean, it's camp, man. All those injuries in camp, they're happening.
You need tackles. You need tackles.
Depth is needed always.
And we're already hurt because Hurd is hurt.
Y'all are fighting in practice on top of the quarterback.
Hernandez is hurt. Like, it's.
Oh, your guy Kellen Mond has tested positive for the roadie.
I did see that. And the head coach is pissed that more people are not getting the vax. They're not getting the jab. He's like, I don't understand. Like, you just do it.
So
you gotta show up. He's mad.
So Ryan Tannehill did a press conference where he basically said they made me get it. I didn't want to. They gave me no other options. The NFL made it so difficult to be here without getting it that they made me. I'm not happy about this.
So I don't know what Washington's gonna do. See, here's a real tricky thing with Washington. Your head coach just had cancer. You know what I'm saying?
That's why he's so pissed.
He's not trying to fuck around with this shit. So you just have cats that's just like, nah, I'm good. And so he's like, listen, I'm gonna sit you down and I'm going to talk to you. He said there's some cats that are so dug in that they're just not gonna budge. But he's like, and it sounds like the way he said it, it sounds like it's some of the bigger name players. Because if it wasn't, he would be like, listen, I'll cut your ass. You know what I mean? But I think it's some bigger name players that he's like, I just really want to talk to them so they truly understand to just do it already.
Yeah.
But I mean, the thing is, if you don't do it, then you're gonna have to subject yourself to constant testing. And let me tell you something. I just had to get another one not that long, like a couple days ago, because I'm about to, for a job that I'm about to do. And so that thing getting jabbed up and look. And I was like, I told the poor nurses who did, or the doctor who did it, I was like, listen, last time they were tickling my brain and they did both. I said, can you, what? She was like, no, just breathe. Just do.
That's because they need to get that microchip planted in there, son. They had to really jam it in there, Roger.
I was like, yeah.
That sounds about right too. That's that shit.
It was a little better than when I had to get it the first time, but still, you don't want to keep doing that. So if you don't get the jab, you're gonna have to do that constantly. And so
well, that's because they got the little microchip in the needle, so that's instant, right?
Stupid.
So the Saints have signed Devontae Freeman.
I did see that.
This guy's trying to salvage his career. He just keeps getting bounced around.
Yeah, I mean, good for him though. There's not much pressure. I mean, they still have Latavius Murray, so
they got Alvin Kamara.
That's what I'm saying. But what I'm saying, in terms of backup, you're going to be the third string, and just try to stay healthy.
All right, so I'm seeing a video that says KJ Hill Jr. The punt return drill where you catch as many balls as you can at once. 6 of them. That's fucking impressive. Wow. 6 is a lot. I could do 4 because I don't have very long arms. So I might be able to get a 5th one, but that one was 6s. That's impressive.
Yeah.
And he's catching them shits with his that's dope. I don't really feel like I said break it down to individual team because we only got I think 4 weeks until the season starts. So and I think we got 9 or 10 teams left. Something like that. I don't know.
So
all the best teams.
Okay, so let's list the teams that we have left, and then we'll just say a little tidbit about each one of them.
All right, hold on. I did it with standings. Yeah, that's how I figured it out. I did see a press conference from Bruce Arians that was fucking hysterical because they had the Bucs wearing colored wristbands. If you're vaccinated, it's one color. If you're not, it's another color. That does anything. And one of the reporters asked him about it. And he went off. He went off. He was just like, what do I fucking care about that? I thought it was a good practice. He went off on him. It was so funny because he was yelling at them and then went right into, it was a really good practice, though. It was so funny. It's typical Bruce Arians. I don't know what the fuck that shit is with the whole wrist. They're literally making contact with each other on every single play.
I know, but I don't. That's weird.
The locker room is an incubator of
many things.
Yeah, anybody who's been in a football locker room knows. My favorite thing is going in on day 1 of camp when it's clean. And then the change instantly on the second practice. It's not even day 2. It's by
then a whole nother aroma. Yeah, a whole nother aroma.
Instantaneous after one practice. It's there and it doesn't leave for the rest of the season.
I had one teammate. He was growing damn moss on his damn uniform. Disgusting.
I literally had a teammate in high school. I think it was his senior year. He never once washed his practice jersey on purpose. It was literally stiff.
Yeah.
Complete, it would make a noise when you hit it by the end of the year.
That's disgusting.
So the football locker room, way worse.
Yeah, it's pretty
way
gross.
Worse. It's
pretty damn gross.
Especially, oh my God, after a rainy practice, forget about it. It's impossible. It smells like death. So the last team that we did was Miami? No, we did the Rams.
Last week, that's right.
Rams, yeah.
We did the Rams, so it's funny. We got the Colts, Browns, Ravens, Bucks, Titans, Seahawks, Steelers, Saints, Bills, Packers, and Chiefs. All the best teams in the league.
So now, you said Ravens, so now that just sparks something. So Lamar Jackson caught Rona again.
Yeah.
So here's the thing: if they're not going to move games, look, you show up with who you got, and you play, or you forfeit.
Well,
That's it.
not only that, Kerry, they said if you forfeit, then the visiting team or the team that forfeits has to pay the other owner and whatnot what they would have lost for the game. So they're like really, like,
Yeah.
you
This
want
is
to
like-
miss something, you're gonna.
It's like
So-
it's not a game.
So think about it. How much money per game? There's only 17. How much money per game does an average NFL team? Like, say you're the Cowboys and
Yeah.
a team has to forfeit a game. How much money are they going to have to give you? What, $40 million?
Well, I mean, you look at what Dak is making now. Look at what Zeke is making. Look at what the wide receivers are making. Look at what the defense, DeMarcus Lawrence is making. I mean, and so their per game checks are ridiculous.
Well, not only that, the TV deals that you're going to miss because the game's not going to be broadcast and whatnot. So
Right.
it's literally
Oh.
tens of millions of dollars if you do that.
And now you understand why they like, listen, jab that shit up. You better get that jab.
Listen here,
When-
you motherfucker. You get a Toradol shot every single day. I don't want to hear it.
How you think you went to school, dumbass?
Yo, Roger, you know that's what they're going to do. They're just going to be like, oh,
Yeah.
you need a Toradol shot? Here you go.
Yep. Right.
Keep sticking.
That's it. Yeah, and you already saw coaches getting fired. Like, wait, you what? Wait, you said what now? Okay, yeah. Go ahead. Leave your playbook. No, go ahead, leave your book. Yeah, leave the playbook right there.
Well, I mean, with the Ravens, it's all about what is their offense going to do once it gets into playoff time. That's literally like what matters the most. All right, so in modern day NFL, when you hit the playoffs, you better be able to put up 30 or 40 points. It's not nobody's stopping anybody.
And have you seen any clips of Bateman yet? Rashad Bateman. I saw him do a route, and I saw him whoop the shit out of corner.
Yeah, no, they said he's been playing well, and that's good for Lamar because they've never really had any. They built their team around him running, and
Right.
they need to they don't need to change it. They just need to expand their options.
And see with Hollywood Brown and the other diminutive receiver that they got speed and all that, but they're not like crisp route runners. Bateman is a route runner, and he has speed, and he has hands. So he's going to be the first true outside receiver that Lamar Jackson has had. That's why he's been relying on Mark Andrews for so heavily. So now he's going to have a legit outside threat. He just has to stay healthy.
Well,
Stay on the field.
The other team that we can discuss is a team that's in their division that also finished right behind them is the Browns.
Sure.
So the Browns loaded, absolutely fucking loaded. Like there's
Loaded.
the only reason that this team might not win a Super Bowl is the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Yeah. I mean, their team is built to take out the Chiefs, the Bills. They're built to take out everybody in the AFC. So, yeah, I mean, look, even Baltimore, all of them.
Everybody.
You want to play defense? We can play defense. You want to run? We can run. You want to turn this into a passing game? We can do that. Special teams? We could do that. They all phases.
So the only opposition I really see, if everything goes according to plan for them, which we know it never does, but if everything does, the only opposition is whenever they get into the Super Bowl and Baker Mayfield has to play against that defense for the Bucs.
Who returned everyone. It is unprecedented. No Super Bowl team, just in the free agency era, returned everyone.
And we just saw what happened to the most gifted quarterback who's ever walked the face of this planet whenever he had to face that defense with a any diminishment in front of you whatsoever. And I mean, Kerry, I love Baker Mayfield, but he is not Patrick Mahomes.
No.
But they also do have those two monsters back there, which the Chiefs don't have. So
I know, and then they bolstered their offensive line even more. which they were playing with people off the street. The Browns were, and still finding out how to get this running game together.
I mean, clearly all pressure is on Baker Mayfield. It's all on him.
Sure.
But he can take it. He doesn't. He doesn't look like the type of player that gives a fuck about anything like that. Like whatever. I don't give a fuck. I'm out here doing it. So I'm gonna watch the Browns all season. How can you not? They're literally loaded.
Sure.
Like on both sides of the ball, it's absolutely ridiculous how much talent they have.
Especially on defense. Yeah, I'm excited to see. I mean, because Greedy Williams was out. And what was the other the safety?
Denzel Ward got hurt.
Denzel Ward got hurt. I mean,
Odell was out. Are you kidding me? You had Odell into
out.
this offense. And see, one thing you have to understand about Odell having to sit out another year. These are things when something like that keeps being taken away from you. That whole diva attitude and whatnot diminishes, and you just want to play football because
you just want to play.
You just want to play and win because it might not ever happen again, and you know it.
Sure.
So I think you might see, and he's older, so you're going to see a different and if he does come in with that mentality, forget about it. They will literally be unstoppable if everyone stays healthy, unstoppable. It's going to be awesome to watch.
Yeah.
So you have to look at the Ravens, who have to play them twice. So I would look at
Pittsburgh, who has to play them twice. You know,
and then the Bengals also, but Pittsburgh could be the worst team in their division this year. It could happen, Roger Harper. It could happen.
It could, but the Bengals have to I can't say that responsibly until I see what the Bengals is looking like.
Well, if Joey Bag of Donuts stays healthy, then they're going to be competitive.
Listen, Joey Boy Band, he had to cancel the tour, but he's coming back. You know what I'm saying? Come in. He's going to put on a great show. You also got to remember, Joe Mixon got hurt, and Joe Mixon was having one of his best seasons of his career. He got hurt and missed most of the season. They're starting tight end, and then their backup tight end gets hurt. So they have to just find out a way to stay healthy. I mean, in that defense, that was atrocious to start the season. Near the end of the season, they actually started playing with pride. It took a while, but they actually did start to play like they knew that they were in the NFL and that this is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. So with their captain, quarterback back, I expect them to play a lot better, but I got to see it before I put them over the Steelers, who have not had a losing record with their head coach in place.
Yeah, everybody's most hated, greatest coach of all time. The Steelers fans hate Tomlin for some reason because he didn't win more Super Bowls, I guess. But, are you serious? This guy doesn't have a losing season.
You know how many Cowher has won?
One.
But they love him. They love Kyle Power. They love the chin.
Well, they also, and I hate when teams don't realize that this is Tomlin existing during the Brady and Belichick era. It's like playing during the Jordan era. Nobody got to win.
Come on now.
Nobody got to win. And the Patriots seem to have a personal vendetta against Pittsburgh over those 2 decades. It was hilarious. I loved every second of it.
Tomlin won with a quarterback known for his duck calls. He won with Mason Rudolph, and he still managed to go 500.
All right, so let's. I want to run through this Cleveland Browns depth chart just because it's hilarious.
Of riches, it's an embarrassment of riches.
Baker Mayfield, who is ascending.
Yep.
Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt. I have to talk about the backup also, which is retarded. So, Odell Beckham Jr., Jarvis Landry, Rashard Higgins, Donovan Peoples-Jones. Ryan Switzer has also been added to that roster.
Possession receiver.
And there's also your punt returner. So let him go do that.
Oh, yeah, that's the speedster.
Yes.
Sorry. Yes, the speedster.
Yes. Austin Hooper.
Yep.
David Njoku.
Who wanted to leave, but then he was like, maybe I should stay.
I should stay with this roster. Harrison Bryant at the other is also tight end. And then
Yeah.
they picked up Jack Conklin and Joel Bentonio on the offensive line, which are huge. Their offensive line is dope now.
Huge. Conklin is huge.
So Myles Garrett, probably it's a defensive player of the year candidate.
He should be returned. Like Rona really hit him hard.
Yes.
But
He even said it
should
did.
be- yeah,
We
we saw it.
Malik Jackson
Hmm.
and Clowney.
Yep.
Owusu at linebacker, which you love that guy. You love that guy.
Guy's a thumper. Jesus.
And then Mac Wilson actually backs him up, and that's another big hitter. It's Mac Wilson. His name's Mac, for crying out loud. And of course, he's going to hit somebody.
Another Mac in Cleveland, Kevin Mack. He's a monster running back.
So and then they also have Taki is the other linebacker.
It's my favorite name in the league.
Yeah. So then Greedy Williams,
Greedy.
Denzel Ward,
Mhm.
Ronnie Harrison Jr., and John Johnson III, who had a good year last year when everyone got hurt.
Well, yes, he did. Yes, he did.
And then also Grant Delpit.
Delpit is the other one who got hurt.
Yeah.
Delpit. Yes. Thought so.
And then
And then the other slot corner from the Rams.
Yeah. Troy Hill.
Troy Hill.
Yeah, so they're absolutely fucking loaded, dude. Loaded.
And that was their Achilles, their defensive backfield.
That's why they loaded up on him. So,
Yep.
yeah, it's an absolute embarrassment of riches. It's not like some of the other rosters where, like, there's, like, the main players are all really good.
Mm-hmm.
These guys are
Yeah,
really good.
drop-offs. Yeah,
They're really,
period.
they have depth at every position. So, I don't know if it's looking too good for Baltimore winning that division. I don't think that's
They can-
actually going to happen.
They can literally say next man up and be all right.
And then, Case Keenum is their backup quarterback who,
Not bad.
on the
Let's
case-
go Cougs, baby.
on the case, you saw what he did
That's
for
right.
Minnesota.
Listen, every place Case has shown his face.
He's been the ace.
He's been the ace.
There you
No
go.
doubt. My man. Oh shit. Speaking of that, I was like, oh yeah, rhymes. It's the Locks versus
Dipset.
Dipset tonight
Yeah.
Oh, really?
on Versus.
Yo, so they're geniuses about this because they also, just before they went live, announced a joint tour.
I love it.
So Locks versus Dipset, they're going to go out on the road. That is going to be a pretty fucking dope show.
Oh, that's gonna be fire. And
They're-
they're doing it at MSG right now, Madison Square Garden. That's crazy.
yeah, that show in New York is going to be bananas. Locks and Dipset. There's going to be people shot.
I was about to say, bring your bulletproof. I was just about to say, wear your bulletproof.
There's going to be
Get your bulletproof Gucci's, ladies.
That's two entirely different areas of New York all ascending upon it at the same time. There will be people shot. It will be violent. And it's the
And it's-
Locks.
It's a lot of uptown business. It's YO. It's Harlem. I
A
mean,
lot of money going to be in the building with Harlem.
oh yeah.
A lot of
No question.
shiny clothes and whatnot.
Yeah. lot of thugonomics from YO. You know what I'm saying?
All them still wearing the shiny shit.
So many pit bulls coming from YO.
Just so many pit bulls.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
I mean, New York.
All the bikes.
So many 4-wheelers. Jesus, there's gonna be 1,000 of them.
Michael Buffer is refereeing, is announcing this. This is ridiculous. They got Michael damn Buffer as the announcer.
Wow.
Is
Ain't
it
crazy?
just now starting?
It's it. They are the Locks. They're just introducing the Locks right now.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Yo.
Well, this is a perfect time to end this because
This is perfect.
I definitely
Yeah.
want to go watch this shit. It's going to be hilarious.
Hell yeah.
And we're perfect. The thing just came up, so
Look at that.
we'll be in
Awesome.
touch about the tickets for the game because I see Roger Harper has got his accommodation, so it is on. I do have a homie that I play golf with who is from Massachusetts, Patriots fan, and he'll be a fifth one on the end of the aisle. It's going to be dope. So I will be in touch with you guys. Locks and Dipset, who you got?
I got LOX.
Locks,
Come on now.
Locks.
LOX.
Of course, we love the Locks more, but we're talking about in a versus battle.
Tonight.
I know. I still gotta go. Where my dogs at? I don't do shiny suits.
Dipset got a lot of hits though, man. They got a lot of those.
They do, and I really
representing Ohio too. Camera. I mean, he be representing Ohio.
Yeah.
he done. But I'm LOX all day.
That Ohio ooby booby shooby wooby rap from Cam.
I got computers shooting.
I got computers
shooting.
Yeah, I ain't representing that like that. East Coast. I'm East Coast, baby.
Yeah,
All right, fellas, this shit is going to be hilarious. Anybody watching this should go and watch that as we are going to. So we'll be in touch, fellas.
Peace.
This is going to be hysterical. Yeah, I'm out. I'm going to go watch the Lost and Dipset. This is too goddamn funny.